Okay, hey, what is going on, guys? Ali here, back again with another video for you guys today for Fire Force Season 2 episode. I forgot what episode it was, 7 or 8, something like that. I keep forgetting. I don't know, it's annoying me too, but anyways, this episode I thought was going to be, like, not too much to, like, think about. But after, like, the first half of the episode, which was just funny, when they first arrived on the Chinese peninsula soil and everything, I thought it was, like, really funny, because they're all trying to eat the soil, like, which was so weird to me. It was so weird. Like, why would you do that first thing that you go to a place? Usually, you want to go and try their foods and stuff like that, but, like, they just went straight for the dirt and started eating the dirt. And what was even more funny was Arthur saying that, like, it tasted good, and then Ogun, which, like, I love his ability. His ability is cool. It's pretty much like flaming spears or lances or something, which is, like, really cool. And he's flying in the air with his, like, hoverboard, you know, like, Back to the Future style type of thing, which was just really cool, with his hoverboard flying with Shinra attacking this worm-looking thing, because, like, that stuff was crazy, and, like, all of them were so high because of all the gas and everything out there, which was even more hilarious, because, like, Tamaki started sounding like a teenage girl or something, like, pretending she had a phone, and she's like, "Oh, Mom, you know where I am? I'm not gonna tell you," and shit, like, that was funny. That whole thing was hilarious. Everybody except for Leek, because he knew about the gas, so he was, like, wearing a mask and everything, which was just funny. But, like, in the beginning, first of all, when they first arrived, they're all eating soil and everything, which was hilarious. And, like, something that, like, I don't think is, like, super, like, extremely important or anything, but we got to see Juggernaut's, like, mom, which was she was so adorable. Like, she's so cute, and, like, her accent was, I don't know, it just felt very home-like, like, homely type of, like, vibe from her and everything. And, like, the potatoes, like, that they were growing and such, something was happening with them, something was picking them out, and we find out that it's this mole that can talk and everything, and, like, the whole scenario about, like, why they can talk. And then the crow, I think his name's Yada, I forgot the mole's, like, name or something, but they're both, like, wanting to go back to this place called the Oasis that they live at, and so they're headed over there and everything. And then they go there, and, like, which was so weird. Well, first of all, let's talk about the trip, right? Everybody's tripping out from all this gas, except for, like, he knows what the hell is up. He's told them to put on those damn masks and everything. And, like, the artwork was so obscured and funny looking. Like, everybody has, like, big ass chins, like, popping out, like, yeah, like, freaking out and shit. You got Juggernaut, you got Tamaki, you got Ogun, you got Shinra doing that stuff. And then you got Arthur just, like, meditating, but you know he's semi going crazy. But then he's like, when I meditate, I'm good, I'm cool. And then he says he's cold the second time, which was hilarious. And, like, just, like, a lot of the episode was really funny and just, like, really cool scenarios. And then we see Ogun and Shinra going in on this worm that's actually attacking Leaked and all them, driving with their truck and everything. They were able to, like, distract it and went away and stuff. And, like, the mole and the bird and the crow, Yada and the mole, I'm starting to think, like, did the cataclysm do something to them to where, like, they're able to speak or something? Were they originally humans or something, maybe? Or what? Or vice versa, they were just animals that somebody experimented on? Or, like, the cataclysm did something in that area or in that wasteland that possibly kind of transformed a little bit of, like, animals throughout? And that now that some of them are speaking, because Yada says that, like, the crows that are following him, they don't speak or anything. And Yada and the mole kept thinking that, like, this was normal until people, like, we always didn't, like, mind it, and we always thought we were normal until people told us that they were unusual and everything. So I'm thinking, like, maybe they were either experimented on, they were animals that, like, were affected by the great cataclysm that happened, and, like, it's still, like, occurring, something happening there. Those two things, or they were originally humans. Like, who the heck knows? But it's crazy. And it also turns out, like, bro, the thing where Ogun and Shinra are standing out in the dark, just looking out, and then they see these lights, like these flames, out scattered on the ground, and and Ogun was saying, like, it looks like stars and everything, like stars that are scattered on the ground. Shinra takes a closer look, and they're all infernals. And a lot of them have been around since the Great Cataclysm 250 years ago. And it's like they've been wandering that long, and infernals can't die unless they're put to rest. And Shinra's like, we got to do this, but like there's so many, they can't do it. And it's like it's the whole scenario looked so heartbreaking and everything. So that was a very like sad type of thing to see, that they shouldn't attack them or whatever, but at least do a prayer like Ogun said, and Tamaki went there. Probably, we didn't see it, but probably Tamaki gave them a prayer or something before they left to get to the oasis. And then they got to the oasis, and there's like a, what is it called, a tabernacle or whatever, looking exactly identical to Amaterasu of the Tokyo Empire. I'm thinking that thing was, it's one of two things. It was like the first experimental one or something that didn't work out or something, and there was maybe an explosion or something like that. One of those things. Or it's something to where somebody wanted to copy what was in the Tokyo Empire, wanted to try and copy it, and it didn't work out. One of those two things. Or it's actually the original one, and people from the Tokyo Empire were over here and saw the idea or something like that, and it wasn't working out here, so they went to the Tokyo Empire and made that one. So this one would be like the first one, and the one in the Tokyo Empire is the second one. There's a lot of things that popped up in this episode that I was just like, a lot of questions popped up with that thing that looks exactly like Amaterasu, and then the first pillar, like kind of like starting to think in Shinra's head, like her image is still in Shinra's head, so he's just like, well, we gotta investigate. We can't just leave without like doing anything. But like it turns out that like even some of the animals turned infernal and everything, like these dogs or whatever. And then something very, very nice that Tamaki said was that like whether they're people or whether they're animals, we still gotta put them to rest, right? And like that was a very emotional type of thing that Tamaki would say. So that was very, very nice and very cool on her part and everything. And just a lot of things. It turns out there's a lot of bandits there that they didn't, that's why that the mole and Yada were and all of their friends were like driven out of the oasis and everything. And like a lot of them died because of the boss dog or whatever, hellhound or whatever. It like drove them out or killed them and stuff like that. And like it seems like next episode we're gonna get a little more in depth of Yada the crow and the mole and everything, and just to really see why that they turned it that way. Just like honestly, this episode very, very funny, action packed with like the giant worm that they were attacking and everything, and like very funny stuff with the gas and everything, and then like seeing these two characters, these two mystery characters, two animals that are able to talk for some reason, and like the mole has like a flame tail and a flaming eye. Like what's up with that? I hope we get to learn a little bit more about these two characters and why they can speak and like all the other animals can't. It's very weird. I don't know, but I'm ready for the next episode already. A very quick episode. It felt quick or something, but like it was very funny, you know, at the beginning when they arrived and everything, and then the gas happened, which was hilarious, and then meeting these two characters and everything, and then seeing all those infernals. I'm like, why is there a giant cluster of these infernals just like in this one spot? And they can't really attack them either because of the ground like right underneath is just molten lava. So if they do something stupid like on the ground, it could break and then they could possibly die and everything. So like Yada knew what the hell he was talking about and shit, and like it looks a lot of like kind of sad stuff like with infernals, and then with these two characters that were driven out of the oasis. It was like their home and everything, and for some reason like the what is it called again, the tabernacle or whatever, the thing that looked like Amaterasu, for some reason like the oasis is all greenery and plant life and stuff like that around it, so like Adola bursts like also give life. So it makes me think that the Adola burst can be used in the right way if used like correctly, or they could completely lead to destruction, that what Leaked was talking about too. So but Shinra was like, you know, this Adola burst can bring life like this and such, and then Lake was talking about like, or it can just bring destruction. So it's pretty much, I'm pretty sure, about how you handle the Adola bursts and whatnot. That it could bring life or it can destroy life and whatnot. So that's very cool. And then for some reason Shinra got an Adola link at the end of the episode saying that, like, please protect the forest. Protect the forest. Like, who's talking? Is that... I don't think that's a pillar, right? Because we know what the first pillar looks like. And the second pillar is Hamiya. The third is Sho. The fourth is Shinra. The fifth is Inca. Is that the sixth pillar talking? Because there needs to be 8, right? 8 pillars or 9 pillars or something like that. And you also see pillars around the rundown Amaterasu, right? So that's kind of interesting too. So and there's 6 pillars. So maybe that actually is the 6th pillar somewhere there. Who knows? Again, there's a lot of questions that could go into a lot of different answers. And yeah, I'm here for it. And that's like the end of the episode, so I'm excited for next episode. We're going to see another fight and everything, and it seems like it's going to be very, very cool, and it feels like it's going to be a fun episode next episode, so I'm excited for it. But what do you guys think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about what I said and everything. And leave a like on this video if you liked the episode, if you liked anything I had to say, if you agreed with anything I had to say, and whatnot. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, theory discussion videos, and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later with the next video. Peace out, may the force be with you always, and plus ultra, and latum. Latum.